Floyd Mayweather, a boxing legend whose name is synonymous with undefeated records and flamboyant wealth, has found himself entangled in a web of legal battles that threaten to tarnish his legacy. On a recent Friday, Mayweather stood before a court to face a litany of charges that have accumulated over months of investigations. The allegations against him are as varied as they are serious: tax evasion, unpaid debts to jewelry stores, fraudulent cryptocurrency dealings, breach of contract with agencies, and possession of falsified property documents. These lawsuits, filed by both individuals and organizations, paint a picture of a man whose financial maneuvers may have overstepped legal boundaries. Taken into custody for questioning, Mayweather's court appearance was adjourned, leaving the public and his detractors awaiting the next chapter in this unfolding drama. Yet, the courtroom was not the only stage where Mayweather's troubles played out. In an unexpected twist, his daughter, Yaya Mayweather, inadvertently thrust herself into the spotlight with comments that could complicate her father's defense. Following a boxing event, Yaya was interviewed about her father's legal woes. Clearly intending to defend him, she instead let slip details that contradicted Mayweather's own statements to the authorities. When asked about the cryptocurrency allegations, Yaya admitted to having invested in some of these ventures herself, only to lose money. She went on to say that her father's role was merely promotional, claiming he was not orchestrating the deals but simply profiting by drawing in investors. "My dad has been into many businesses in these crypto deals," she said. "All he does is to get the money from the owners and get people scammed off their money. So, I don't think he's behind it all. He only promotes it." These remarks stand in stark contrast to Mayweather's own narrative. He has publicly denied any deep involvement in the cryptocurrency schemes, insisting he was misled into believing the platforms were legitimate. He claimed to have invested his own money, positioning himself as a victim who lost out alongside others. Mayweather also explained that he deleted social media posts promoting these deals to prevent further victims, not to cover his tracks. Yaya's comments, however, suggest a more active role in promoting questionable ventures, potentially undermining her father's defense. Legal analysts speculate that her statements, now viral, could lead to her being summoned as a witness to clarify her account, adding a layer of complexity to Mayweather's case. The fallout from Yaya's interview was swift and merciless. Social media erupted with criticism, much of it aimed at her perceived lack of discretion. One commenter remarked, "I don't expect a man who can't read to raise a smart lady. This girl is one of the dumbest I've seen." Another wrote, "What a disgrace. Floyd must be a proud father. For someone that is a young boy's baby mama, I'm not surprised. She's used to making poor choices." A third user referenced boxing trainer Bill Haney's earlier criticisms of Mayweather's parenting, noting, "Bill Haney wasn't wrong after all. Floyd Mayweather doesn't look after his children. Not even one of them could emulate him and choose his profession despite being from a boxing family." The sharpest critique came from a fan who warned, "She has just complicated matters for her father. It'll be really bad if she's truly the reason he goes to prison. That'll sting her for life." Yaya's attempt to defend her father extended to an ill-conceived analogy, comparing his situation to a boxing match. "In boxing, when a boxer commits an offense, he gets the ban, not the promoters," she argued. "So, I think that's how it should be." This comparison, meant to absolve her father, instead highlighted her misunderstanding of the legal stakes. Promoters, unlike boxers, can indeed face consequences for endorsing fraudulent schemes, especially if they profit from them knowingly. Her words, though well-intentioned, may have inadvertently provided prosecutors with ammunition to challenge Mayweather's claims of innocence. The public's harsh reaction to Yaya's interview reflects broader sentiments about the Mayweather family. Floyd's children, particularly Yaya, have often been scrutinized for their choices and public behavior. Yaya, whose full name is Iana Mayweather, is no stranger to legal troubles herself. In 2020, at the age of 19, she was involved in a high-profile stabbing incident in Houston. The altercation involved Lepatra Lasai Jacobs, a woman connected to rapper NBA YoungBoy, with whom Yaya has a child. According to reports, Yaya stabbed Jacobs twice with knives in a kitchen, leading to Jacobs' hospitalization and Yaya's arrest. Charged with a second-degree felony, Yaya faced up to 20 years in prison but secured a plea deal for 6 years of deferred adjudication. If she complies with probation terms, her conviction could be vacated after 2 years, potentially as early as 2022, given good behavior. The 2020 incident stemmed from a volatile relationship with NBA YoungBoy, whose real name is Kentrell Deshaun Golden. Both Yahya and Jacobs have children with the rapper, and their overlapping relationships fueled tensions. Yahya's attorney, Kent A. Schaefer, argued that she acted in self-defense after Jacobs attacked her. He claimed NBA YoungBoy and his entourage could have prevented the altercation but chose to stand by and watch. As part of her plea deal, Yahya was barred from contacting Jacobs, who obtained a protective order against her. Jacobs also filed a civil suit, seeking damages for physical and emotional harm, though Schaefer dismissed its viability, noting Yahya's lack of significant assets. Yahya's legal history and her recent comments about her father have fueled perceptions of dysfunction within the Mayweather family. Critics point to Floyd's parenting as a root cause, echoing sentiments voiced by Bill Haney, a boxing trainer who publicly clashed with Mayweather. Haney accused Mayweather of failing as a father, questioning his life record outside the ring. "What's your record in life?" Haney asked pointedly, dismissing Mayweather's boasts about his boxing achievements. Mayweather, unfazed, retorted, "My record in life is undefeated," equating his in-ring success with personal triumph. Yet, Haney's critique resonates with those who see Floyd's children as lacking direction, with none pursuing boxing despite their father's legacy. The Mayweather family dynamics have also played a role in professional feuds, notably Floyd's falling out with boxer Gervonta Davis. Once a mentor to Davis, Mayweather's relationship with his protégé soured, with Yahya allegedly at the center of the rift. Ryan Garcia, another boxer close to Mayweather, claimed during an X-Space discussion that Davis had an intimate relationship with Yahya, a revelation that reportedly enraged Floyd. Davis, in a 2024 interview with Mr. J. Hill Network, confirmed tensions arose over rumors of his involvement with Yahya. He recounted how Mayweather put him in lose-lose situations, including financial struggles that led to Davis's eviction and the sale of his jewelry. Davis accused Mayweather of intentional sabotage, citing his management's control over his career and meager financial support that kept him dependent. The feud escalated in 2023 when Mayweather barred Davis from training at his gym before a fight with Garcia. Davis retaliated by calling Mayweather a fraud and warning other boxers about his business practices. By June 2024, the conflict reached a boiling point when Mayweather suggested Davis's fight against Frank Martin was cancelled, prompting Davis to label him a bitter fool. Despite their animosity, Davis remains focused on his upcoming bout against Lamont Roach Jr. on March 1, 2025, in Brooklyn, a fight Mayweather is likely to monitor closely. Mayweather's legal and personal challenges highlight a paradox: a man who amassed immense wealth and fame yet struggles to maintain control over his legacy and family. His court battles, ranging from tax evasion to cryptocurrency fraud, underscore the risks of his high-stakes financial ventures. Yahya's missteps, both in her 2020 legal troubles and her recent interview, reflect the pressures of growing up in her father's shadow. Her comments, though unintended, may have lasting consequences for Floyd's defense, potentially forcing her to testify in a case that could define his future. Public sentiment, as seen in viral comments, oscillates between mockery and sympathy. Some view Yahya as a product of her environment, raised by a father whose focus on wealth and bravado left little room for guidance. Others see her as emblematic of the Mayweather family's broader failings, with one commenter noting, "It's funny how people can have everything and lack everything at once." Floyd's community service efforts, including 20 hours with Habitat for Humanity and 15 hours with other organizations, are cited as mitigating factors in his sentencing considerations. However, the court's emphasis on deterrence and punishment suggests a tough road ahead. As Mayweather navigates these challenges, the question remains whether his charisma and resilience, so effective in the ring, can translate to the courtroom and his personal life. Yahya's role, both as a defender and an unwitting liability, underscores the complexities of their relationship. For now, the Mayweather saga continues to captivate, a tale of triumph, controversy, and the fragile bonds of family.